This is from Prairie Artisan Ales. Am I correct?
This is Prairie Artisan Ales.
Got it.
Pumpkin pie treat.
That's a lot ahead.
Nick, god damn it.
Not.
You already used that. I have to stop you. You poured your beer like just so you could say that's a lot ahead again, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I didn't mean to. I screwed up. It's my bad.
This is not the pumpkin kerfuffle
How
like
many
we thought
strikes
before.
does he get?
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Seth.
No, it's okay.
It's everything.
It's going to be a late night.
We'll cut that.
The whole thing.
I'll cut whatever didn't work there. So yeah, all of it.
I could really go for a beer. So today on the Malt Vault, we're drinking Prairie Artisan Ale. What's this one called? You remember?
Pumpkin pie treat.
Pumpkin pie treat.
Not kerfuffle.
That was a mix-up we'll have to talk about later, so
Pardon
people
the
understand.
kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's this one from?
This is from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oh, is there anything special about this beer in Oklahoma or this brewery?
It's the Show Me State, and I believe that it shows us some nice color.
I was going to say more along the lines of this brewery is like the largest brewery in Oklahoma because we haven't done an Oklahoma beer yet.
Where the beer comes rushing down the lane.
Sure.
I was trying to bring Oklahoma into like
did.
the musical.
You
Yeah,
did. You
no
did
dice.
bad.
Got it. Okay.
You did bad.
Well, poor.
No, I liked it, but we can't talk about high school anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
We're not allowed to do that.
We talk about a high school, but just not ours.
People.
Columbine? Wrong state. Sorry.
Sandy Hook.
I thought we were talking about tragedies. You said Oklahoma.
Too soon.
Yeah, that's on me.
Oklahoma
was-
City bombing.
And that was now that one's fair game.
Statute of limitations. Yeah.
Got it.
Did Timothy McVeigh drink this beer?
Before or after he bombed the building?
This beer bombs.
I bet you he could probably make this in his prison toilet. You think? Seth, what do you think? Have you ever made prison wine?
Have I or is he?
Oh, we assume he has.
Is he still alive?
Fun fact, solitary confinement doesn't have toilets,
Did you have buckets?
just corners.
Oh,
Do they really?
you're like a gerbil.
I don't know. I'm assuming in today's age they have toilets.
Yeah.
I was believing it, though.
Yeah? I'm
Yeah.
very convincing
Yeah.
when I don't look at you.
I was thinking more just like a white room with some occasional brown spots.
Well,
Smearing it. Like the Walmart bathroom. Where,
is there a story behind this?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Wait, you
I
have
don't
to.
know. You said white. You said a white wall with a bunch of random brown spots. I assumed someone like was smearing shit on the walls.
All right, so
Poor assumption. My bad.
anyways, speaking of Walmart shit-stained bathrooms, this beer probably is going to taste like your latest trip to a Walmart bathroom.
Kind of a beer is this, Kenny?
This is a sour beer, and I am not a fan of sour beers.
This might be our first sour beer. Would I be correct in that assumption?
I don't know. We made a spreadsheet. You tell me.
Yeah.
Our SMM made a really nice spreadsheet.
Yeah, I did.
I would believe this is our first sour beer.
I think so too.
And the reason that go ahead.
No, you said the reason. I want to
But
hear.
you were started talking, so I thought
Is the reason you?
no. What? No, I was going to say
Sorry. The show or the song.
I don't like sour beers. This is the first time I remember trying one on the podcast. So I'm gonna say yes, this is our first sour beer.
This is indeed the first sour beer.
So the one
Fact check.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I found a interesting fact when I was looking up sour beers and the types of sour beers. Since we're trying to be educational and informative on the Malt Vault podcast, sour beer is actually the first known beer that was ever made. The only reason that beer is not sour now is because they use a different type of hops and yeast. Sour uses wild yeast and wild grains, and that's what gives it that tart and different bitter taste.
I have a couple notes on this too, if I can expand,
Yeah, sure, go for it.
if you mind. So sour beers are deliberately brewed for their high acidity, which makes it taste sour as opposed to a bitter or sweet in standard ale and lagers. what's fun is it's not fun. That's dumb. I don't know why I said that.
You're trying to be like me. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to me. Fermentation. It becomes sour because of the fermentation, which is acid-producing bacteria eating the sugars and excreting organic acid. So that sounds like something I want to drink, right?
Yeah.
Is like little bacteria in there eating up the organisms in there and then excreting acid into my beer.
Gets my stomach really jacked.
Right? Are you really jacked to like drink this now?
Seth, what do you think?
Well, I think if we knew what was going on at the microorganism level for anything, we would be disgusted.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
Like
You might
your
have a
skin
point
has
there.
crawling around.
No, I do have a point.
If you saw the electrons moving, I have an uncle that like
I have an uncle,
experimented
too.
in college, not like that, but like he said he could see electrons moving. Crazy.
What? What was he on?
Some kind of bacteria producing acid, if you know what I mean.
Booger sugar.
I thought you were going to go with the micropenis route on that one.
Oh, patent pending.
Nick, way to withhold it. Whatever you just said into the microphone for no reason at all.
You sound like Stewie. Anyways, so this acid, does this sound like a beer spoilage organism? Yes,
Yeah.
because it is. And you know why the oldest beers are sours? Because we figured out how to sanitize things
Yeah, and pasteurize
and keep
things.
this stuff out, which
Yeah.
is why we got away from this. But now, since society is degrading and declining, we're going back to this shit fucking nasty beers.
Yeah.
And people are paying more money for it.
Wait, hold on. Since I like how
Sorry.
you tied society in here, like one of those 65-year-olds that's like, this country's going down the tubes.
This is what people are asking for now. Like this is dirty beer is what it is. That's why it's sour. Like sour milk.
Isn't this how yogurt? Doesn't yogurt have a similar
Yeah,
thing of how it's made?
Greek yogurt does.
Tapioca.
I thought that was horse hooves.
Hold
for
on,
sure.
Nick just yelled tapioca pudding.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, someone said yogurt and like chunky and sour, and I'm just thinking of tapioca pudding.
That's what?
Now we're all thinking of tapioca pudding. Thank you. Keep it to yourself.
Anyway, Greek yogurt
So
has a very sour taste because of the anti-whatever.
horse
you just
hooves,
said. Horse hooves,
right?
what?
Don't they chop up horse hooves?
Are you
for-
you're
In
eating
my
glue?
yogurt?
Is it glue?
Yes.
Jello.
It
Yeah,
does look
yeah,
like
gelatin.
it does look like glue. I shake it up and put like a bunch of shit in it to make it taste good.
We're now a
From Walmart.
Greek yogurt podcast.
This-
The Walmart bathroom
I think we could be the first Greek yogurt review podcast for sure.
as well.
So the sour beers in general, the bacteria that they tried to get into their beer is actually the exact stuff that would ruin a batch of like IPA stouts and lagers in any other brewery.
Do you know what
anywhere.
that's called?
Bacteria?
No, what are those
spoilage,
called?
Beer spoilage bacteria or beer spoilage agents or something.
Yeah, I looked that up actually because you kind of spurred my my creative juices. They're actually called Brettanomyces, or Brett's for short.
Research isn't creative, but anyways, Brettanomyces, beer spoilage organisms. I got you.
Yeah,
Beer ruiner.
they're the Bretts. So if you know a Brett, he probably spoils beer for you,
That's fair.
or he doesn't come to your podcast.
Or he just drinks White Claws.
And Bud Lights.
When
Hey.
they intentionally do this, they basically just leave the beer sit out.
Like we're doing right now.
With open air. I'm just kind of adding more.
Bacteria.
It's just kind of it is toilet wine essentially. Prison wine, however you want to phrase that.
I think it's prison wine. I think it's used with ketchup and I don't know what else. But
Have we ever looked up what the constituents of what constitutes a prison wine?
well, I don't have the.
Wait, should we do that right now or later?
Well, we could do it later, but you bring up
But I will
interesting,
not.
you bring up an interesting point though by bringing up prison wine, because I did happen to come across some really interesting laws from Oklahoma, and one of those is that
Are you talking-
tattoos were illegal in Oklahoma until 2006.
Till 2006?
Yeah, you couldn't get a tattoo, and this is a state that's been around since 1907. 46 state added to the union.
That's a late ad.
Yeah, it really is. Their state bird, I also found out, is a
tailed
scissor-tailed
flycatcher.
flycatcher.
Right. I knew that just because of
Kenny's favorite
Knowledge.
bird, actually.
What other
Especially
weird
this-
laws do they have?
the scissor.
There's a really good one, and this one, adultery is prohibited in Oklahoma. It'll be a felony if you
Prohibited,
if you cheat on your wife or husband.
Is Oklahoma?
Let's not
Is that
assume
like
that
a-
it's all men.
Day in jail, 2 days in jail.
It says felony. I don't
Right, but can't you
it
get a
doesn't say
felony and,
what
like,
it doesn't
not
say
go to
what
jail?
level. It says you can also be for not more but equal to 5 years and pay a fine not exceeding $500.
Damn.
So you could go to jail for up to 5 years and pay $500 if you cheat on your spouse.
Is that still a law there?
It does not say that it's
Oh.
been redacted, so I'm going to go ahead and say that it is still active.
We should contact someone who has been cheated on.
Yeah, and see if they're
See if-
still in the pen. Maybe they're hanging out with Timothy McVeigh making some prison wine. Like, what are you in for?
I cheated on my
Raw
wife.
dog to random.
Would some people say that penalty is worth it and better than marriage?
Depends on your wife or
fair.
spouse.
Anyways,
Seth, this is a law that I didn't feel was necessary to the podcast, but it might be important to you. You're only allowed to own 2 adult pets of any type. So that means if you have 2 adult dogs, don't add a third one because they're going to come and euthanize it.
How many dogs do you have, Seth?
1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, how sad is that? Like, I
That's
really
sad.
want to save another old dog, and you're like, sorry, you can only have 2 adult dogs.
It's kind of like China
with kids though.
with kids.
They call them pets there. I think
I do.
I think it's lay pets is what they say in China.
Are we allowed to try this beer? Because we're really letting the bacteria
I
flow.
highly suggest not to.
I was
but
just waiting.
Have you
for
tried it
more.
already?
I did. I took a sip. I'm sure Seth's going to
Seth.
love the face I made.
Here you go.
So in summary,
Okay.
you can there. Let's do it.
Let's
In
cheers
summary, when you think a sour beer, think shit.
Do they have a sour scale?
It's definitely accurate.
Oh, God, that is terrible.
A sour scale?
Nick, grow up.
It is awful. Did you try it yet?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, my God.
It's
It's like
just,
somebody threw a pack of warheads at my beer.
It does. Yeah,
it's just. I mean, it's called sour. It is sour.
It is very
Not
sour.
really unexpected.
I was actually hoping I was going to like this one
It's not a treat. That's for damn sure.
because I like sour heads and
Yeah.
sour candies and stuff.
Should we get to the facts to try to forget what we just drank?
Yeah, real quick
All right, go for it.
on the first taste.
You're
Part
still
of-
struggling there, aren't you?
I wasn't expecting that. I don't drink these. I don't. It would be an acquired taste. Is just what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's a more expensive process to make this, which doesn't make sense because you'd think like I can let bacteria grow in my beer just fine, but they have to like control the bacteria. They can't let it get out of hand if they're going to sell this to people.
They regulate their bacteria.
So to add on to what I was saying, and in all seriousness, they let it ferment with these nasty bacteria, right? But they have to do it in a controlled manner. And then while that's fermenting, they're adding the spices. Like this one, they add marshmallow and pumpkin spices.
I
Yeah.
don't taste any of that.
I
did-
get
I
a
get
little bit
nothing
of
on
pumpkin
that.
later, but
Right. It could be any sour. But it's more expensive because it takes longer, and now it's storing up barrels or casks in their warehouse. So you're going to end up paying that on the back end. Like I didn't buy this. Did you buy this?
Yeah.
Do you
Where'd
know
you
what
get
you paid
this?
for it, or was it a 6-pack or a 4-pack or?
It was a 6-pack. I don't remember. It was at a
Supermarket in Raleigh, North Carolina.
some like rich.
Probably
Wegmans.
over $15 though for the 6-pack.
Wegmans? I've never heard of
That
that.
was Wegmans,
Vagman.
not that.
Okay.
I know where you're going. Anyways, but more expensive probably. I mean, you don't remember. I would assume it was more expensive because sour beers. There's a sour beer section at the Quick Pack,
Oh yeah.
and it is one. If you get a good sour beer like that's well established across the country, this has a good distribution. I guess I didn't find the number of states, but it's. I mean, we got it here, and it's from Oklahoma, so it's got good distribution. But if you get a widely regarded sour ale that like comes out every year and has a yearly release, you can pay like $14 or $15 for one like
Can.
pint of it essentially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a big bottle of it.
I mean, you're obviously going to pay a lot of money because it's a treat, but we don't really find that it's a treat.
Right. Well, their trade-off for making these is that it becomes unique and sophisticated, right? So it becomes
Yeah.
fancy.
We just went primitive and it's fancy now.
the guys with the twirly
Curly,
mustaches,
yeah.
they drink this shit.
I can
don't
see
do
that.
that. don't
I was just
curl.
going to ask, who do you think drinks sour beers like this?
The curly mustache guys.
Well, yeah, you answered it before I asked it. but yeah.
Villains.
Villains? Okay.
Yeah. Like I had a curly mustache. I'm so against that. I straighten
Did you?
Straighten it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That
need to
dude's-
see a
He
picture.
wants to
of
look
that.
like
Mustache
he
straightener.
doesn't love his kids and rides a motorcycle.
Guys with penny farthings.
What is a penny farthing?
I know
Is
penny
that a-
loafers.
Yeah, what is that?
Come on, guys.
Is that a hat?
No,
No.
it's that bike with the big.
penny
Oh,
farthing?
like the
back
big
wheel.
wheel and the small wheel?
Yeah.
Oh.
A penny.
Nice
Wow.
name drop. We're now a history podcast.
That's what that's called.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh, because
Skip the
a
kerfuffle.
farthing that's like an English denomination of coin, right? That's bigger than a penny. Penny farthing.
You're telling me something new. Yeah.
A farthing and a shilling. A farthing's less than a shilling. But
What's
I
a
think,
quid?
I think a farthing is an English equivalent of a penny, but it's a bigger coin.
Okay.
So a penny farthing.
Nice.
Weird. That's just a guess.
It sounds right.
I'm gonna make a fact.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Since this beer tastes like absolute dog water, in our opinion, in Alicia's opinion, would you say that this is at least a beer that we could get pretty tanked on? Or is it pretty high in alcohol volume, or is it relatively low?
It's not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze. It's 5.5%.
The
which
tree
is
keeps on giving.
which is low for a beer that you would spend this much money on. I'm assuming I'm assuming he didn't get this beer cheap because it probably took a lot for them to make it and
Yeah.
then distribute it out here from Oklahoma. But no, 5.5%.
Yeah.
I would rather have a Yingling with like 4.5%.
Would you drink this multiple times? I think I know this answer, but
This will be the only time I drink this beer.
I don't even
in
think
my
he'll
life.
finish it.
I will only
I will
because
finish.
beer economics would tell me that I'm not going to waste a beer. However, we might be in the minority because this gets 3.69 on 4,000 reviews. So I'd like to see those 4,000 people that viewed this higher than what we do,
Well,
and
25
ask them what's wrong with them.
2,500 of them work for this brewery. I wouldn't be against sour beers in general. I guess I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I would be
It's
willing
really
to give
sour.
Prairie Artisan Ales a different take on a different beer, but I would tell them to their face this beer sucks.
I think this
Yeah.
is their best distributed beer. I don't think they get many others out here.
Really? They've
yeah.
only made the pumpkin pie treat since 2021.
Well, yeah, but did you see Pumpkin Kerfuffle before that?
No, I didn't.
Me neither.
It's a mystery that no one will ever solve.
Have you ever?
You
had
think
their-
someone kept them in their basement like John did?
Yes.
You never heard the story about me drinking a George Killian's from 1978?
One of
Theo has.
John's hostages got out.
Was this at a Friendsgiving?
No, it was not.
Okay. I thought you drank something at a Friendsgiving one night too, but I only know
No.
because I was
I think they talk
pregnant
about
and
it.
sober.
They talked about it. It's been a lore in amongst our friends at beep high school.
Do you taste any pumpkin pie?
Yeah. I don't think this beer is bad. I think this beer is getting a bad rap because it's a
It's
sour,
like
but
super sour though. Like I was
Stand
not
up for it. Don't let it get bullied.
I'm
then.
not. It's a good change up. I think it's good.
It's
a
different.
screwball. It's not a
Do you-
change up.
Do you change any kind of? You're all right.
Yeah, it tastes like shit,
Oh, I found the problem. This is plugged in.
Nick, you're such a drama queen.
Anyways,
Oh,
does anyone taste
Oklahoma.
anything pumpkin though?
Yeah, I do. After like
What
drinking
about
it
Seth?
and then waiting
Wait,
like
hold on.
10
You
seconds.
do. Do you taste anything pumpkin?
Well, I don't know if I have a preconceived notion because it says pumpkin on the.
It's orange.
Yeah.
And it's got one of those Thanksgiving blankets all over it. See what I mean?
Do you know what the can reminds me of?
It's a Thanksgiving blanket.
Frisch's Big Boy.
No, a hippie van.
Yeah, like a
Like one of
Vanagon.
those old Volkswagen like hippie vans driving around. I feel like that's
Vanagon?
what the print would be on the inside.
Yeah, it's the color scheme.
Yeah.
Kind of like the old age sort of sepia look almost.
Don't act like you don't know what the inside of a hippie van looks
And
like.
the font with
Swear
the.
I don't.
It kind of has the psychedelic like
yeah,
font.
it has like like 70s hippie. I don't know.
It's an old soul. I wanted to be at Woodstock.
Also,
Yeah.
the pumpkin pie has a face and is looking at you.
The pumpkin pie had some serious cheek work done.
Maybe
kinda
they
hit.
were on something when they made this.
You knew it was going to have that effect if it's an artisan ale, right?
I don't even know what that means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's provocative and it gets the people going.
I'm sure no one that's listening at this point cares, but Prairie Artisan Ales was purchased. They were technically the first brewer in Oklahoma,
Yep.
Legitimately.
but it's again one of those stolen valor situations. I'm going to steal a Sethism. They weren't Prairie Artisan Ales was not around before Oklahoma was a state. It was a different brewery that later bought them. Krebs Brewing
Krebs.
Company, which is what's on the side of this can. Brewed and canned by Krebs Brewing Company.
So at least they give him props.
So Prairie Artisan Ales, I feel like, is kind of a one-off. Like this is like a Budweiser product, and Anheuser-Busch is the Krebs Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is their own little tiny
McAllister.
in-state.
Craft turned big.
Krebs Brewing Company has been allegedly been brewing beer since before Oklahoma was a state. And then this Prairie Artisan is like their front, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But
From
anyways,
McAllister, Oklahoma. Wonder if they know Kevin McAllister. We're getting close to Christmas.
he lives in Chicago.
Did you see that the first beer they ever brewed was in a bathtub?
Ah, Timothy McVeigh would be so proud.
It's the funnest fact I saw.
Prison wine.
Of an Italian immigrants for coal mining clientele.
It's growing on me.
Whatever.
Like the bacteria in it.
Nick, let her talk. Fuck.
Also, Timothy McVeigh, there's no bathtubs in prison.
Yeah, they don't have bathtubs, just
You
showers.
loosely associated two appliances and two plumbing fixtures.
But that's where they started, was a bathtub
That's interesting. Where'd you find that?
on their website.
Oh.
You said it just like Kenny did last time. But where'd you find that?
Well done, Nick.
I did some research.
Yeah, they didn't make it in a toilet. I looked up what Krebs, Oklahoma is known for, and Google's first result said it has 2 Italian restaurants. So it's called Little Italy in Oklahoma.
Is it really?
The little Italy
Yeah,
of Oklahoma.
I'm not even kidding. You can try that at home. It's really fun. Krebs, Oklahoma, Wikipedia, known as Little Italy for its 2 Italian restaurants. I kind of want to move to Oklahoma after this.
Move or maybe just visit? Maybe visit first?
Yeah, I'll
I hear
visit
it's flat.
forever.
Okay.
I'll visit forever.
Here you can probably get a good
Okay.
steak out there, I'm sure. Nick Offerman
Maybe.
would probably approve,
Yeah,
for sure.
he lives in L.A. So.
Yeah, I know, but he strikes me the type of guy that would visit like North Dakota and Oklahoma.
Because of his character, Ron Swanson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
it's not. That's like the opposite of Nick Offerman, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's.
Have you met him?
No, I saw his comedy specials though,
So that's the true Nick Offerman.
and read his books. Yeah, he actually made Ron Swanson as a satire character. It really ruined Parks and Recs for me, actually.
Oh, that's a damn
Parks and
shame.
Rec.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Well, Krebs is in. I guess now that you gave me that fact about Krebs over Prairie Artisan Ales, I saw that they're
You're
in 40.
welcome.
They're in 40 states, and they produce 20,000 barrels a year, which is decently sized for a craft brewery.
Where does that fall in comparison to our other? You want me to look it up for you?
Yeah, wait. Nick's about to be like, I have no idea, even though we have a spreadsheet.
No,
right
I
here.
was gonna look at the spreadsheet and say something. I don't.
No, I got it. So
Don't
how many
assume
how many
my
barrels per
stupidity.
year? How many? I didn't. How many barrels per year?
20,000.
20,000 barrels per year.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't fit in the spreadsheet because they go by
And
million.
that figure is from 2022.
The lowest in millions
2022.
on our spreadsheet I can find is 1.9 million barrels a year average.
In our defense, we do.
This is 20,000. So this is
It's
low
definitely
for us.
craft. It's definitely craft. It's not big beer for sure. We
Yeah,
covered
absolutely.
all big beer early.
So this is the smallest brewery that we've talked about.
Perhaps.
I don't have the Frog Alley or Lake Placid, but
Okay.
it would be more comparable to those. Absolutely. This is in no way comparable to most beers we've done. This is a small brewery, but it's the largest in Oklahoma. So kind of like being the largest in Rhode Island.
We're the largest in Wyoming.
Not good.
So if we had to rank things to brew beer in, that would be awful. What's the worst? Because what do we have? We had wheelbarrows, bathtubs. We've talked toilets. What else would be ridiculous?
Grandma's Tupperware container that's stained from spaghetti.
No, that's a bold-faced lie. No one's grandma's Tupperware was stained from spaghetti because she knew how to get that shit out, right? Did your grandma have
What are you
stains?
insinuating?
That
How
every
did she
grandma
cook-
knows how to clean it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the one that was like. Well, Grandma used the beige one didn't absorb hue. I'm talking about the ones that were like Tupperware that are like clear that have burnt red. They look like someone's
That's
fake
your
tan.
Tupperware. That's not your grandma's.
It's
Tupperware.
not my.
Well, maybe you got it from your grandma. Then you stained it with your spaghetti. The
Anybody
next-
else got a better one? I had that one right off the cuff.
Nick's pocket. Pick anyone.
Back left.
Ugh.
I'm a left
The
cheek
wallet
sneak guy.
one?
Yeah, it's due to your scoliosis, remember?
We wouldn't have any because that's the pocket with the hole in it. the quick fix. Where would
All
you
right.
not brew beer?
Your sump pump.
Oh, that'd be sick.
But you do
It
it in
is
yours?
off today. It's gonna be rich with
Not when
earthy tones.
not when Johnny visits though.
Yeah, not when Johnny visits.
Man. Anyways,
You could drain a sump pump.
but whose sump pump would you drink beer out of?
Probably
Wait,
none.
You Nick, what you could drain a sump pump? What does that mean?
No, I said he could drain your sump pump. About John,
What does that mean?
like pee enough that it has to kick on.
And empty out.
Does that SLAP?
John's
I get it
John's
now.
piss volume actuates the sump pump.
There, yeah.
That's what I meant. Sorry, Seth. Or
I actually
Kenny put
think
it
I
better.
got it right off the bat.
Thank
So
you.
He could drain your sump pump by making it drain.
Get it?
Yeah.
He is not the pump sucker himself. He is the pump.
Yeah.
He's the pit filler,
Yes.
and therefore,
The pitfall.
paradoxically, the pit emptier. Weird. It's crazy. Anyways,
We've went down a road that no one can come back from.
I don't even know.
don't
Pumpkin
even-
pie treat. What else we got here? We got some information people want to know. This brewery was started in 1995 officially, right? The actual Prairie Artisan Ale, which then was purchased quickly by Krebs Brewing Company.
Yeah.
This beer, there's some questions. Either 2021 or like 2022 because allegedly they release a different sour multiple
Every year.
times a year,
Yeah.
multiple different sours, one each year, right? So it was pumpkin for kerfuffle was their one that had me all
2022.
confused.
Yeah. Gave you all the kerfuffle.
Yeah.
That's a word that I feel like we could use every day.
Really?
Kerfuffle. It needs to be used more.
I think it should be used less. It's hard to say. So,
Kerfuffle.
why is it called Krebs? Is it because of the Krebs cycle?
I think someone
Name Krebs?
they were very big on. I think they were big on seafood, but they didn't know how to say it right.
I want the Krebs.
Yeah. Those were an import to Oklahoma back in the day, right? The Krebs. Again, when I look up Krebs, Oklahoma, all that comes up is it's Little Italy because of its Italian restaurants. I can tell you the names of them. Maybe they only serve Italian Krebs.
Look up the Krebs cycle. Does anybody know what I'm talking about with this?
What is the
No.
Krebs cycle? I'm looking it up.
It's a citric acid cycle. The Krebs cycle is used by organisms that respire as opposed to organisms that ferment to generate energy, either by anaerobic respiration or aerobic
Respiration.
Yeah. In addition, the cycle provides precursors for certain amino acids. I don't know. It sounds like something to do with brewing.
It does.
so
It's actually the opposite. It's used by the Krebs cycle is what happens to organisms that respire instead of ferment, but this beer ferments. So this is like,
Maybe they're saying we're the opposite of what you think you would be. So we're Krebs.
yeah, don't judge us by our bacteria,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's surely what it is, I would say.
Well, that's
Interesting.
Krebs, Oklahoma. That's the name of the town, right?
I don't know. I didn't do any research.
Yes. Well, I told you earlier.
I thought you guys were faking me out.
Yeah.
Not today.
Oh.
Yes. I don't think that's where they got their name for their town, though.
I have some kerfuffle facts.
Go ahead.
Did you know that
Fuck us up.
Did you know that Oklahoma comes from Choctaw words named Okla, people, and then Humma, red? So are they calling people red people? Do you think they should be offended by that?
I think they should change it to the Commanders.
Yeah, something more offensive.
Yeah, right. Offend those people.
Yeah. Don't give them the. Also,
Pardon my kerfuffle.
what's the language?
Choctaw?
So we're using native. So
Yes.
that's respectful because that's probably their word for themselves, right? Oklahoma. We are the Oklahoma.
Yeah, I guess you could probably
Or did
rationalize that.
or did we introduce them to the word?
But they're calling the
red?
state Oklahoma, so red people.
Who's they?
All of us who call Oklahoma calls it that.
I'll have to ponder that later.
Well, Seth, I do have a question though. So we clearly all don't like this beer. You like it. What makes this beer move the needle for you?
You know, I've been considering this for a moment. I wanted to be the dissenting opinion on this podcast because I know that you're trying to rile up the people and you want some sort of instigation to get people going. So I thought I would go against it and be that guy for you.
Oh, so
heel.
you were pot committed at the point that we opened this beer. You're like, I'm gonna like this beer.
No,
matter what.
I just don't think it's bad. I think there's a sour taste at first, and then once you get beyond that, it has a pretty solid finish.
I still don't at all really get the flavors of pumpkin pie. Maybe I don't have expanded
you.
enough palate.
Smell. Mine kind of smells
I'm
like
good. I
pumpkin.
got my own.
Yeah, wait,
Thanks.
why would you want him to smell yours? Like it's different?
Listen, smell my toilet. I'm good. No, maybe very, very, very distinctly on the back end. Like once like the sour is completely gone and the taste is like I can maybe pumpkin, but I still feel like it's forced. Like I feel like it might be just in my brain.
Supplementary question to the fact that you like the beer. Where would you rank sours in your list of beers and types? Like, would you like if you have a lineup of a lager, a porter, a pilsner, an American lager,
Stop doing the
a
tomahawk
Mexican
chop.
beer, and then a sour? Where do you
Expensive.
rank that on a generic list? What would you say? Top 10, top 5, top 2?
I think top 10.
I like how there's a lot of options there.
There is. I'm just getting your subjective take.
Top baker's dozen.
So top 13. Got
Well,
it.
all right, I'm never going to be a guy who's going to provide an interesting opinion on stuff like this. When I go to a bar, I say, give me whatever, because I really don't care. I'll try anything I can get by with most beers. I don't think anything's really terrible. I usually don't think anything's like awesome. So it's just kind of all muted to me.
If you have a
Like
dissenting
life.
opinion, though, you need to say it, what it is,
To get the people going?
just to say what you like about it. You said once the sour disappears, it's good.
Yeah, no, that was the whole opinion, though.
That's fair.
I don't have, like you were saying, I'm not trained to be able to taste notes of marshmallow spice or whatever you have in your cupboard.
It just said marshmallow. I could definitely smell the pumpkin if you.
I think the can's trying too hard.
Did you smell Nick's, though?
It's different.
Never again.
The can is trying to. I think it's the checkered board, kind of cool.
It's cool, but I feel like
Are they trying?
they're trying to rope you in with this can, and then you take a drink of it, and you're like, well, shit.
Well, hold on here. Thought experiment, right? So checkers, an older person's game, right? It's going back to sour.
Stop.
What are you doing?
Where is Nick? Don't say. Damn it. You're good. Never mind. I thought experiment was on your list of things you can't
It's
say.
No,
not.
it's
I'm
not.
allowed to say thought
Is it not?
experiment.
Fuck, you studied.
It is. No, thought
It's not.
experiment
Add
is
it,
still
add
good.
it.
Trust me, I've learned the Nick don't say list.
Can we
Right?
go over it right now?
No,
That's only in
no.
the
we
Excel.
can't go over it. Let me get my thought
That's
experiment
only
out.
in the Excel spreadsheet that you have access to, though, not the one that we three have.
Oh, got it. Great. Talk about dissenting opinion, right? This is my correlation, right? We have old checkerboard. Older people like to play checkers, right?
Okay.
Sours are the oldest beer known to existence, right? Maybe they're trying to pay homage to the old beer by having the old checkerboard. So maybe they're not trying too hard. Maybe they're trying just
hold on.
enough.
That was a false thing.
Sour beers are the oldest type of beers.
Where did you get old with checkerboard?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing.
I feel like I agreed with you because you were so passionate, but it didn't make sense.
Do you know anybody young that loves to just play checkers?
Yes, my son.
That was the only time I played
Everyone
checkers.
who goes to Cracker Barrel.
Absolutely, because it's a kind of like
What is the median age of people that go to Cracker
Nick,
Barrel?
you are screaming and it's
Sorry.
hitting the red.
My bad.
You're
What
very,
i- what
you're
is
very
the
passionate,
median
but checkers
age?
is not limited to old people.
What is the median age? I'm not saying it's.
I feel like it's a younger game because it's
Checkers?
easier.
You think people that are 10, 15, 20 understand how to play checkers? I bet
maybe
you
not.
not.
That's going to be a short for sure.
Maybe not now. Nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
There's 2 rules.
But I mean, when checkers is popular, it's when you're younger.
People that are 5, 10, 15, 20 are going to understand how to play checkers.
It's one of the easiest games to play,
It
which
is.
is why it's a young
There's a
person's
low
game.
bar.
I understand,
It's a
but
low
when
bar
you
in
go
your
to-
house.
when
It's not
you go-
chess.
This is what Nick wanted. He wanted
What-
fighting.
Let's go.
What do you? But like,
He's
look,
the Joker.
Next time you go
one's
into a
chaos.
Cracker Barrel, right? Next
Yeah.
time you go into a Chinese Fud, or what is it called? PF Chang's Chinese Bistro, a Fuddruckers.
All right.
What do you see? People with my
Let me
face
smell
on the
your
urinal
beer,
cakes.
because I'm pretty sure there's some kind
No,
of...
but real
bleach
talk
in
though.
here.
Hold on.
I
Let me make
roofied
the
him.
point, right? Next time you go to a Cracker Barrel,
Okay.
just take a roster, right? Look at everybody around.
I'm going to.
How many people are 20 and younger that casually drink
So wait, now
craft
we're-
beer are going to be like
We're
young,
relating
old,
loose
checkers
connections.
to Cracker Barrels just because of the age
old
group.
people? Yes,
Okay.
right. Well,
All
no,
right,
people
fair.
said that checkers is not as a sport for young kids.
Sometimes It's not. It's never
It's a
been a
game.
sport.
It's a game.
sound
Ask Bobby Fischer.
Like, it's a game my 4-year-old could learn how to play and play it.
I'm not saying that
Which
people
is
that
why
are
I feel like
5,
it's
10,
more
15,
I
and
feel like
20
old
aren't
people
don't have
play
the capacity
chess.
to learn it. I'm saying that casually, people that are 15 and 20 aren't going out and say, "You want to play checkers?" No, that's a 65-year-old person that worked off the freaking mill line. Like,
Nobody who's ever worked a mill line has ever wanted to fucking come home and play checkers. They want to go to bed so they can survive.
Nick versus your son in checkers. We're filming it.
He will win.
He doesn't know how to play though.
They're both he.
He's
He
too
doesn't
young.
have to.
He's under
He's too
20.
young.
He can't know.
He's under the age of 65.
It's forbidden knowledge.
Ancient Chinese Fuddruckers secret. What the? You said BF Chinese Fuddruckers. What the fuck?
Wait. It's a Chinese knockoff.
That's going to be a short for sure.
Did you say BF Chang's?
No, he didn't even say BF Chang. He said
He did.
BF something, and then he went to Chinese Fuddruckers. I don't know, fucking checkers. God damn it.
Also, I'm pretty sure old people play like bridge and shit.
I need to
Yeah,
determine what
do that.
causes your fucking stress with checkers. What happened to you at an early time? Every time
She
Nick was
said-
like, "I want
you
to go,"
said
to
it was trying too hard. I
Cracker
was
Barrel.
trying to defend the can. Okay.
No. the
Every
can's
time
just
Nick's like, "I want to go to
overwhelming.
Cracker Barrel" as a kid, his dad was like, "No." Did you ever ask for that big ass checkerboard again?
So you guys aren't gonna like. Do you like any sour?
No.
This is the first sour I've ever had.
I've never liked the sour. I've tried 3 or 4.
Okay.
I will say, from the beginning of this episode, I said I hated them. I still don't like this one. I'm definitely open to trying another one
Yeah.
at some point.
I'm with you.
It is definitely acquired, though. You're not going to open this, and it's not crush-worthy, as the boys say these days.
You mean you didn't like Miller Lite at 4 years old when your uncle gave it to you?
I did. Why are your sunglasses pumpkin pie colored? For this episode only?
Perhaps.
Gross. Anyways, no, it's not something you're going to like, yeah, I really like this right away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
I thought it
That's
got
fair.
better.
It's like if you had a glass of scotch, you're going to
It
be
got
like,
more
"Oh!"
drinkable.
But
Yeah. I think it got better
yeah.
like
As
4
we
drinks
progress.
in. Like the first one was real rough, and I also thought I was going to like a sour beer because I like sour heads.
You like warheads and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
stuff like that. So I was actually
Still
excited
not
about
convinced
this
that they
one.
don't throw that in the barrels when they make this.
Well, I bet if you tried one that wasn't pumpkin pie, maybe it was more like a fruit.
Yeah,
you
I
might
probably
like
would
it,
love it.
then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pumpkins are berries.
Although, like I said, I don't really taste pumpkin in this at all.
Didn't one of
no.
us make that claim?
I think it smells
Pumpkins
like
are
it.
berries.
Do you smell it?
It's very. Yeah, it's not.
Like I smell pumpkin.
Earthy tones.
They're. Go ahead.
Do you think if? All right, Nick, are you breathing into the mic, or am I hearing something
Sorry,
else?
my bad. You are hearing me breathing the mic, and I'll back away.
So, the whole concept of like tasting pumpkin. Do we only know the taste of like artificial pumpkin? When you smell a pumpkin, a raw pumpkin, and say this smells like a
That
pumpkin,
shit stinks. Yeah,
but it doesn't translate to a pumpkin pie, does it? That seems like something completely
you're
different.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sugar.
booger sugar.
I bet they add sugar, right?
Nick, did you just hear sugar? So you said
Yeah, I was by Sugar Grove today. It's just one of my. Yeah, pretend I said nothing.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll cut that out.
Yep.
Should I bring Adderall next time?
No,
You sure?
it's worse.
I don't know.
No, because we have
The way you
Dadderall.
jump around, I don't know.
My brain is super active.
So that would calm it down.
like
actually.
hyperactive, like-
Yeah.
like attention deficit
Yeah.
hyperactive.
Yeah.
This
Also,
weird.
maybe you need Ritalin. That's
What's
more
good
of the
for that?
hyper one.
Oh, Adderall.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not self-diagnosed me on the podcast.
Next week on our drug podcast. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I see what you're saying with the preconceived notions of the. Still talking to you. The preconceived notions of the. Right? Yeah, you're shaking your head. You understand. Next. The preconceived notions of like a pumpkin flavor versus a pumpkin pie, I would say is sugar. Like the amount of sugar they add is probably significantly high to pumpkin pie flavored things, right? Because a pumpkin pie would have sugar.
Should we make ourselves like our family for Thanksgiving since that's rapidly approaching?
Prison wine?
No, not prison
Oh.
wine. Let's make them a pumpkin pie, but with true pumpkins and like record their reactions.
Instead of the pumpkin you get out of the can.
Yeah.
What's the taste difference going to be? What do they do from the
They're like,
pumpkin to the
"Ugh,
can?
What is this?
What's
Tastes
that
like,
missing step? Martha Stewart could tell me.
Bet you she could.
Yeah.
If she wasn't in prison making prison wine
She's
with
not in
She's
Timothy
not in prison.
McVeigh.
She hasn't been in prison for
I
a long time.
know.
Long time.
I have
She's
no
smoking
other.
with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, is she?
She is.
Oh man, she's enjoying
Smoking.
home. Martha Homan.
Vaping? Gross.
Did somebody
Smoking.
want to talk about the berries? Didn't I cut somebody off when they're talking about pumpkins being berries or something?
I
Nick.
brought it up. I said somebody put that pumpkins are berries.
Somebody being Alicia did all the research, right?
She did really.
For
well.
this beer, she did add a lot.
I did.
She
I
brought
don't
a
know
lot
if
to
you
the
call
tank.
copying and pasting.
Well, we should get meta real quick. When I was like, "Are we doing any research?" and Nick was like, "Yeah, I looked up some stuff," and I was like, "There's like 3 things." And I was like, "We should look into sours then," and that's the whole story. We were going to
That's the whole
come
story.
with basically nothing. Thank you, Alicia.
What did my husband send you?
Some Chat GPT thing, I think.
Was it accurate though? Did you even read it?
Yeah, I read some of it, but I could tell. I thought he was being sort of condescending.
Yeah, he was trying to be funny.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
funny. I got
Yeah.
it because I was.
He was like he didn't respond.
If you haven't met Seth, he's very approachable.
Oh yeah, speaking of,
That's what his manager said, I
yeah,
think.
no, I was called Prickly, and yeah.
Oh, like a cactus.
Maybe you should shave before you go to work.
Speaking of, Nick, where's your chin strap thing?
Am I supposed to have one?
You always do.
I don't right now. I'm clean shaven.
That's why I asked.
The text said you were late because you're shaving a chin strap.
You know, it's funny. I did shave today, and I'm already prickly. So
That is funny.
It's not.
You and Seth
Not.
should hang out.
That's every woman's life. Just so
you know, we are kind of yin and yang. I'm very approachable, and Seth apparently isn't.
The prickly bros.
Self-proclaimed, he's not approachable.
I didn't proclaim that at all. I think I'm the opposite, but I
I
can't
think you're approachable.
say anything else.
Hey, stop
If
being
we
so
know,
approachable.
if we know you,
What if you don't?
you're not approachable.
Well, that's a paradox because you already know me.
I think you're approachable until someone says something stupid, and then you probably make a face that says, "Wow, you're fucking stupid," and then you're not approachable anymore.
Like that face that you're doing right now.
No,
Yep.
that's probably accurate. Yeah.
Some of the biggest assholes I know are very approachable. They actually, it works for them because they have these white vans that say free candy, and they're
And
like
puppies?
They're like, approach us, please, but they're huge dickheads.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too old. Go away. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just
God.
want candy too.
You're 35. Don't give a shit.
Not yet.
Sometimes they have puppies you can pet.
Oh, that's what they call those things.
What's
That's
the name
what
of the
happened to
puppy?
me.
Steve.
It's called that the German Shepherd.
Did that happen to you?
No.
Okay. Because Allie has some like white van story from back in the day.
Are you
way,
serious?
really?
Oh no.
We need to bring her live for that.
Well, last time we talked about her on the podcast, she hung up on me because she was vacuuming and got
How dare her, Rosie the Riveter, your house?
Call her from my phone.
that. Yeah. She'd be like, "Oh, hey, Kenny, do you want to?"
So is this story like one
doubt she would
afternoon
say that.
white van, or was it like from the ages of 4 to 12? Because that really could have a bearing
Can you
on
read
your
at a
future
fifth grade
life.
level? We don't want you.
No, it was just a single moment type story. It wasn't anything.
It wasn't like a
lifetime
elaborate-
trauma.
Okay, that's
okay,
good.
well, that's good.
So she only saw the outside.
She doesn't sit in the corner and shake like Jodie Foster.
You just sent her back 20 years by saying that comment. Great.
So she didn't see this. She's gonna see this part because you pointed out. Sorry.
Don't
Allie.
watch this, Allie.
Allie, please don't. Look
So
away.
sorry.
Look away. It's like,
Consider this episode the white van. Run away.
Dude, you just you made your own title. Kenny's always looking for a good title. He just found one.
you found the kerfuffle.
I didn't find it. It found me.
You've defined kerfuffle.
I fell into it, if you will.
Jesus.
I kind of got tricked into getting inside of it, if you know what I mean. Like, come on. My mustache is cooler than yours. Whatever. Douchebags.
There's a treat implication.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Wait, hold on.
Perfect.
Ah, God dang it.
Why do you, hold on?
Everything
Didn't
feels so organic.
I meant to? All right, organic's a word that you can't say anymore.
Oh, I'll
That's
add
on
it.
the
list. Not on the
Got
list.
it. I'm
It's on the
adding it
list.
right now.
But what I meant to say before we started, and that actually wasn't a bad time to end, but at least fill in the blank. What am I going to say here? Because I've told you this so many times.
Wipe twice. I
Oh,
mean,
no.
Look around and be like, okay, does anybody else have anything?
Yeah, do we have like a signal? Maybe we
Wait,
should have a signal
are-
that says it's time to end.
Nick, what do you mean? Oh, how I've told you this
yeah.
ad nauseum, point blank,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Nick, this is where you insert apology.
Oh, Got it. I'm sorry for preemptively ending the podcast without getting confirmation from my co-host.
There we go. Forgiven.
I will do worse.
Probably.
Surely.
See you next episode.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Malt Vault Podcast. I don't know why I just went West Virginian.
We don't know why you do half the things you do.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just comes out and I'm like, shit.
I'm not done yet. You didn't
Okay.
even ask if anybody has more shit.
Do you have more shit?
I do.
Okay, go.
All right. Why are you sharing fake AI photos of otters?
Oh yeah.
When's the
Wait,
last time I
what?
did that?
Probably when I told you when I asked you why you were doing that 2 months ago. And then did you?
Hold on.
Wait,
There's
what?
the things that I share would have the video of a real otter, and then it would have multiplication of pictures, and those pictures would feature AI. So I'm sharing it for the video of that, not because of the AI stuff that was after it
There
in
was
the post.
You just shared. There was no video. It was a fake.
Okay,
fake
so
otters.
maybe there might have been one time where I shared.
There were two.
It was on my story. You're not going to find it.
No, I'll find
Oh.
it.
Oh, it's
I'll
on the
find it.
story. So you did share it
I shared it on my story.
twice,
Sure.
3 times.
Once, twice.
Would
3
you
times.
say you got duped by AI?
What's this one?
No.
You thought they were real.
Indian in the cupboard.
There have been times that I can tell
That's a
that
good
things are
movie.
fake and things are real.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Wait, so
But
It's
not
not
when
a
it comes
di-
to
I'm
otters,
not
because
wor-
AI is
I'm-
good at them.
I'm not. Yes, I'm probably subject to just deep fakes from time to time, but
Like the occasional otter bot.
yeah.
this is like a deposition, and Nick like doesn't want to admit it. He's like, "Well, to my best of my knowledge, I could have been faked at one point."
I
Maybe."
cannot recall. Right? Did I get that right? I cannot recall. See, that's what you did.
Are there other animals that you think would be good deep fakes for you that could get past your filter?
What could
Yeah,
I?
probably any animal that I haven't seen close up one on one a lot. Like maybe
An
a
elephant.
dolphin.
What about a fruit, like a guava? Because Kenny and I, we don't really know what a guava is.
Nick knows what guava is.
Is this a roast Nick episode? Jesus Christ.
What about an AI snuffleupagus? Would you know? Would you?
Sure.
Wait, how far back is Alicia going right now?
She's trying to find. It's in his stories.
It's in his stories. I went back.
She's like.
Tara was texting me.
She's
so
getting deeply scarred right
Don't
now.
worry, I'll find it for next episode.
sounds good.
Wait,
Wait.
This is the point where I walk off.
So it's a good time to quit. Thanks for joining the Malt Vault today on Pumpkin Pie Treat.
Fuck your kerfuffle.
Hey, I actually almost drank all of it.
Alicia
that.
almost drank all of it.
all of half of a beer.
Yeah, that's that counts.
Amen.
He's a guy. That's what guys look like.
That's
think-
on the
I
list.
think we cut it
That's
there.
on the list.
I think we cut it because I gotta pee.